for you, I know being left tackle now, I know you played that right at Central Missouri, but during the course of spring practice, what were those conversations like with Coach Leipold and Coach Fuchs to make that decision to move back?
It wasn't much conversation, to be honest. I was playing left guard at spring, and then I was actually center. Me and Mike were switching center left guard the whole time, and they just I guess they got to a point they were just like, we'll just see what happens. Kind of not just see what happens, but like he played 4 years of left tackle at UCM. Let's see how he can do. Went out there, a few practices, just kind of felt natural to me,
Yeah.
and I guess they enjoyed, they liked it enough for me to stay there.
Obviously, last year, right, you came in, I think you started out playing tackle, and then as camp went on, I think the coaches were like, we need you to play, right? So moved you to guard. Like, moving back to tackle, like, what's that been like? Is it like riding a bike, or like, how would you compare it
So
to?
honestly, it just feels so natural, because like you get 4 years of college football at left tackle, like then you come here and play 1 year guard. You're still probably more favorable to be better at tackle.
Yeah.
So I just went out there and I was just like, everything was just felt normal to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I like it.
Obviously, the guys you played against at Central Missouri, maybe different than I think you probably
Yeah, that's
see.
what I was gonna say. Obviously, it's different in the Big 12
Yeah.
because you got like literally 3 first-round draft picks in the Big 12 at DNs last year. Iowa State, K-State, and who's the other one?
Tech.
Tech. Yeah, and he was the like top 5 or whatever. But yeah, obviously that's the difference. But I've progressed as a not even as a player, like my strength and my skill set. So I feel like I'm good enough to go out there and do it. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, strength-wise, you look a lot more filled out than I think this time last year.
Yeah.
Just how do you feel like your body's evolved over the course of the last year?
I think my body kind of looks. I do look a little bit thinner, I think, but speed is like the number one thing. In the spring, we emphasized that. That was like, I feel so much faster than I've ever been like in my life. So, and I think obviously it'll translate out there on the field because you gotta be ready for these Big 12 rushers, the explosive ones, the quick ones, and you got guys like Hatch, Jeremy, and Book who are like that. Like they're really really fast.
Yeah.
So going against them, I get really good reps every day. But
Yeah. What have you thought of Austin Booker so far? You know, obviously he's new, right? Got here in spring. What have you seen from him so far?
he's a really good football player. Like he's got a flash to his game. And there was a kid he reminds me of a kid at UCM who just very hard to get your hands on. Very shifty, great pass rusher. He's gonna be really good.
Yeah. Obviously now you got I think Armage playing next to you, right?
Yeah.
Since you got here, how much has he grown? Do you feel like maybe as just an individual, as a football player?
Oh my gosh, he's taking crazy steps. I've only been here for a year, and I know he took crazy steps before that. But his maturity level and his aspirations, I think he sees that he can go to the next level too, and he's starting to realize that. So he's taking his game to the next level mentally. Physically, he looks crazy. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, maturity level, his knowledge of the game's improved. Obviously, he's got Dirk now talking to him, but it's a huge help. And our relationship, like me and his relationship, obviously skyrocketed. So it's really awesome.
And when you have him next to you, what do you feel like he offers as an offensive lineman?
Physicality is he's one of the most physical dudes on the O line for sure. And obviously, his body, it's hard for him. Like he's just, and I think he's a very underrated athlete. He's also one of the fastest kids on the O line. But he just presents that presence that I feel like he's always there. Like I know no matter what the play is, he's going to be there for me, and we're going to get it rocking. So.
Yeah, and obviously, right, Mike was the center for you. He's been starting for a long time. You played next to him last year, right, as you're getting used to playing the offense. Now Armage is playing next to him as he gets used to playing high snaps. How much does Mike help? And what are some of the things that Mike does that maybe makes you feel more comfortable as an offensive lineman?
Or Mike
yeah,
Nowitzki?
Yeah, Nowitzki.
Yeah. Mike, he's like the glue. Like honestly, like he gets up there, calls the shots, and it's just so easy playing with him. And him playing next to Armage, he's played next to him before.
Yeah.
But I just think it helps. It helped me a lot last year, just learning the offense. And I had Earl next to me. They were kind of like vets, so I feel like now I'm kind of like a vet with Dirk, and we just help Armage a lot. But he don't need that much. He's been in the system a long time. So that's why I'm saying our O-line is pretty old across the board. So I think it's good.
Yeah. And how much does that help? I guess it being a lot of old guys that are on the more other end.
It's just different this fall. Since day one, we've just been attacking everything like we should. Like there's not a lot of hiccups. We're teaching like little technique things instead of who to block. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know where to go and how to or what to do.
Yeah.
We're just teaching how to do it now,
Yeah.
and that's a major progress for week 1 because I mean we're already on the same page.
Yeah.
So.
For you, when you first got to UCM, if you would have told yourself you could be a starting left tackle at a Big 12 school, what would you have thought if someone had come to you and said, hey, in 5 years? 6 years now? 5?
This will be year 6.
This year 6. So 6 years from now, you'll be playing as a left tackle in the Big 12. What would you have
I
thought?
thought you were crazy, honestly, because I thought that was my path. I was gonna stay at UCM the whole time, because that's what my brother did.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him. He got to the league from UCM, so I was like, all right, that's my path.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what he did, but I don't know. Then you test the water. So my head coach left, my O-line coach left.
Yeah, I remember
You test
that,
the waters. You don't really know what's gonna happen, but I mean, I'm glad it happened now. So
Yeah.
to be honest, I never would have thought of it.
I love it.